So we know functions are broadly divided into user-defined functions and predefined functions. We also had a quick introduction about both the categories in the last video. Today we are going to study the elements of user-defined functions. Today we will see how can we make our own functions and how do we use it in our programs. As I said in previous video, there are three elements which are required to create and use an user-defined functions, and they are the function declaration, then we have function definition, then we have function calling. So first let's discuss about them quickly and then we will discuss in details. As we know that a variable must be declared first in order to use it in your program. So what we do? We declare our variables first. Similarly, before using functions, we have to declare the function. Then function definition is the part where you write your statements to be used. So the actual block of statements in your function is the function definition. Then function calling is used to call a function from anywhere in your program. So as soon as you call a function, the flow will automatically transfer to your function definition, and as soon as all the statements of your function executes, the flow will come back to the position from where the function is called. So this was the brief introduction of all three elements of user-defined function. Now I will discuss about them in deep one by one. So let's start with the function declaration. So a function must be declared before we use it in the program. Function declaration has four elements. And what are these four elements? They are the function return type, then we have function name, then the arguments, and at the end we have terminating semicolon. So these are the four elements of a function declaration. So these four elements will give you the syntax to write function declaration. Syntax says, first we have to write return type, then function name like this, and then in brackets we have to write the arguments, and at the end you have to use a semicolon. So this is my syntax to declare a function. Now function return type is the data type, and we will tell the compiler what type of data a function will return after terminating. So you know about various data types. These data types are also used here. So a function can be of any type. And if a function starts with int, then it means an integer value will be returned back. Float means float value will be returned back, and void means that no value will be returned at function termination. Now the next is the function name. So it is simply the name of the function, as we have the name of variables. So the same rules are applicable here. Your function name should not start with numeric values. First character should be alphabetical or underscore, and the spaces cannot be used in function name. Also, the keywords are also not assigned to function names. So these are the few rules that we have in the variable naming or the function naming. Now the next is the argument list. So we also call them the parameters list. Here we provide the information about the values a function will accept from the calling function. Here you have to write the data types only. So you can write variable names as well, but only data types will do your work. So suppose if I write for arguments, I can simply write int comma int in the brackets. So then it will mean that the function is going to take two values from the calling function and both will be integer type. And if you do not write argument list, suppose your brackets are empty, then it means that the function will not accept any value from the calling function. And at the end you must have to use a terminating semicolon to terminate the function declaration. So for example, if I write here int then sum, and in brackets if I write int comma int and then a semicolon, then this declaration tells that there is a function in the program whose name is sum, and this function will take two integer values. This will tell that this function will take two integer values from the calling function, and after processing the function will return back one integer value. And suppose if I write void sum then or void show data, because two function name cannot be same. You can have two function name as same, but that's the higher concept and that we will learn when we go through the function overloading. So that part is not covered in this course, but because that's the advanced part, so you will get to know about when you reach to the advanced parts. For now you must know that you should know that the two function name cannot be same. So I have another function as show data, and inside it I have one int return. Okay, so then this declaration tells me that there is a function in the program whose name is show data. This will tell show data, and this function will accept only one integer value from the calling function and will return back nothing to the calling function, because I have written void here. Void means null, so no value will be returned back to the calling function. So now the question arises that where to write the function declaration. So a good programmer always write function declaration right after the header files. So I will suggest you to do the same. Write your header files and then function declaration. Make this your habit and you will never forget to write function declaration in your program. Now in the next video, you will learn about function definition and function calling. Let's end this video here. We have studied a lot for today. So I see you tomorrow in the next video class. Thank you.